We're just hours away. The Wildcats begin the final leg of their march to perfection tonight in Louisville.
We'll show you what Lexington City officials are doing to keep the madness of fan celebrations under control during this NCAA tournament.
Everything just happened so quick, it was just like a big blur, you know. My adrenaline was pumping.
A customer helps police catch a robber.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. Well, that countdown is on. We're just hours away from watching the Wildcats tip off in the NCAA tournament.
And fans have turned Louisville into a sea of blue ahead of tonight's matchup with Hampton. WKYT's Amber Philpott is live there with them to get us ready for the big game. Hi, Amber.
Good evening to you from here in Louisville. It is a soggy Derby City. A lot of excitement building here. A lot of fans coming in. There is the pep rally going on across the way at Patrick O'Shea's. What I am seeing right now is a lot of tickets being flashed around. A lot of people still trying to find their way into the Yum Center tonight. This is a sold-out crowd, that is for sure, but a lot of fans here in town just to see their Wildcats. I want to bring in WKYT's Rob Bromley. I don't think there's anybody that doesn't have Kentucky moving on tonight against Hampton, but
that's true.
These guys done a really good job of playing on a big stage, and there is nothing bigger than this one tonight.
Well, that's true. You've heard the words David and Goliath. Yeah, you've heard that a few times. Well, that's exactly what this is, Amber. There is no other way to put it. A 16 has never beaten a 1 in the NCAA tournament, and no one anywhere is predicting history to be made here tonight. Now, you have to give Hampton credit, because the Pirates put together 5 straight wins at the end of the season to earn the right to play the Wildcats. Hampton still has a losing record. Their best player is injured, but Coach Edward Joyner is happy to have any kind of a chance.
They have us as a 1 in a billion shot, but that's one shot that we do have, and we're gonna go try to take advantage of that one shot. You know, and if we're able to make shots and rebound the ball and get into transition ourselves, you know, and kind of make them human, you know, hey, we may have a chance. But we're going to go out and fight for that.
Kentucky's NCAA opener with Hampton tips off late tonight, 9:40. You will see it right here on WKYT. Always exciting to be at the NCAA. I've been fortunate to be at so many, and it's just as exciting every single season.
A little bit of electricity in the air, a lot of buzz going around. Right. Rob, thank you. Well, you can bet that it is going to be probably mostly blue inside the Yum Center tonight. While many fans, they're content with just throwing on their old UK shirt. Others want to make more of a statement sometime. WKYT's Sean Moody shows us some of the more unique get-ups that fans have come up with.
Thousands of people have flooded here into Louisville for the game. Some of them have tickets, others just want to be part of the atmosphere, and a few of them are seeing green instead of blue. It's not exactly on U of K, but Brian Green is getting into the Wildcat spirit with his homemade big blue guitar.
I like Kentucky, so I decided just to make the state and build it, see how it turned out.
Green doesn't even have tickets to tonight's game.
Okay, I'm going to watch the game tonight from home. I'm not going to be here watching it.
He just wanted to be part of the action down here and maybe make a buck or two.
I just thought I would bring it out here today and see if anybody might be interested in it.
No takers just yet.
Session 1.
Robin Combs is hoping to make a little money, or rather break even. She accidentally bought tickets to the wrong session.
I didn't know what session it was, so I just bought the first tickets available. $300 in the hole plus what I paid, but I hope to make some back, so we should be good.
I suggested to her that it might be a good game anyway, but that was more than she was bargaining for.
It might be, but I'm not going to 12 hours of basketball.
Back on the other corner, Brian was still trying to make some money off that guitar.
Who wants a Wildcat guitar?
Well, again, if you are still looking for those tickets, well, good luck. You're going to have a challenge. But again, the scalpers are out here with some tickets if you can get your hands on it. That is the story here in the Derby City. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Amber. A sad note out of Louisville today. Longtime sports figure Ira Combs died at the KFC Yum Center after suffering an apparent heart attack. Combs was picking up his media credentials when he suddenly collapsed. The brother of Oscar Combs, Ira was an educator, coach, athletic director, and sports commentator. Ira Combs was 62 years old.
It's become a place notorious for wild celebrations in the wake of big UK tournament wins. This year, city officials hope to keep the madness under control on State Street before it even begins. Firefighters even did a first this year, going door to door with some free advice. Our Miranda Combs went with them.
It's a weekday morning on State Street. Too early to see people, but the signs they've been here are everywhere.
It's not even celebration time and there's glass on the ground.
This is Party Central, so to speak. The reason these guys are out in force.
Because we like to get out a little early and just take a glimpse of what we might be dealing with.
This is what they dealt with last year, the night UK played in the national championship game. Thousands of people, a few fires, but for the most part, calm in the eyes of the law.
There's a line there that we deal with, and when we talk to our officers, it's about being tolerant, being disciplined, and having patience. And there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be tolerant, we're going to have some discipline, we're going to be patient about.
Commander Brian Maynard was there last year and will be there again this year.
We rely a lot on our community partnerships. We can't solve all this by ourselves.
From the sheriff's office to sanitation and firefighters out now surveying the streets.
We like for anything that can be lit or burnt to be out of these areas because that can be tempting for people who are looking to start trouble.
They're also hanging door hangers with tips for safe celebrating. The biggest tip from police, leave the open-toed shoes at home. Most of the injuries from last year were blamed on broken bottles.
Got to be mindful of some of the issues that what we have had last year.
Meetings to prepare for the coming weeks started about a month and a half ago.
You know, we're planning for some smaller celebrations if we have those. To be honest with you, I think the Final Four and the championship will be the biggest ones, and that's what we're focusing on.
And it's this area that bears the brunt of the focus.
It's not really us pushing. We respond to where we believe the large masses will go. We know South Limestone will be a big area. We know in the years past State Street will be a large area, and University and some of the neighborhoods.
So now that the party preps are hung, the wait for the big win continues.
We enjoy the wins as well. We enjoy celebrating ourselves as well, but we understand there is a responsible way to do that, and that's why we want to remind the community and UK students.
Maynard says he expects this year's celebrations to be a little different than last year. He says last year, when expectations weren't as high, there were celebrations after every win. But he thinks it will stay calmer this year, at least until the Final Four, which is what they are focusing on.
Let's hope he's right.
Right.
So they probably do a debrief, don't they, after these really big events to see how they did?
They do. And they also, and I didn't realize this, they have other agencies from other states come in during the events to watch them and critique them along the way. Also, they can take back to their agency some of the good stuff that we did here. So kind of interesting.
Bottom line, they want everybody to be safe, and we want the Cats to win.
Of course.
Try to do both.
Yes.
All right. Miranda, thank you.
4 suspects in a Clark County murder could face the death penalty. The Commonwealth's attorney says Aaron Staley, Christopher Robinson, Lamont Wilkerson, and Lillian Barnett are all eligible. Police say the 4 were involved in a robbery where shots were fired on December 23rd. One of those bullets entered 19-year-old Amber Caudle's apartment, killing her. All 4 suspects pleaded not guilty during arraignments today. Prosecutors have not decided if they will seek the death penalty. It's a setback for a Lexington business. The owner of Minton's on North Limestone says someone stole a 300-pound generator out of the pickup used to haul her food truck last night. A neighbor heard the commotion and called police. Ashley Minton says losing the generator hurts them badly, and they need it for a weekend event.
You know, we kind of run on a shoestring budget, and right now where the food truck's parked and things like that, you know, we don't have a lot of extra money hanging around, and so it's really big for us.
Minton says eating at their restaurant or the food truck is the best way you can help them right now. Police make a quick arrest in a gas station robbery, all thanks to a Good Samaritan.
That holdup happened earlier this week at a Shell station in Georgetown. WKYT Sam Smith shows us how a customer helped police and the recognition he'll receive for those actions.
Roger Pursley saw a crime in progress and helped make sure the suspect didn't get away. It all happened at this Shell station on East Main Tuesday afternoon. Police say Jason McNeese implied he had a weapon and demanded cash from the register. Pursley says the cashier had a hard time hearing McNeese at the time.
I heard him say, you want some gum?
and that's when the guy, he took a piece of paper from the, on the counter and wrote gun on it.
Now, after McNeese left the store, he took off down this road and was arrested down by the railroad tracks.
Everything just happened so quick, it was just like a big blur.
Pursley chased McNeese. He says McNeese stashed a bag in the bushes near the store.
And he was trying to change clothes and everything.
Officers were already in the area and were able to reach the scene within 30 seconds. Pursley pointed out the suspect to police.
The first words out of his mouth, he was like, "What did I do?" I'm like, "Really? You know what I'm saying? Really? What did you do?"
McNeese has a felony robbery charge. Pursley will be recognized by the police department for his courageous actions.
I'm just glad I could be of help, That's it, It's not about being honored or nothing, Just try to be a good citizen.
In Georgetown, Sam Smith, WKYT.
No one was hurt during the robbery. Police recovered all these stolen cash.
It's more than 100 years old, filled with mold and asbestos. And while Lexington's old courthouse is crumbling on the inside, some still want to save it. WKYT's Victor Puente takes a rare look inside the building and shows us what it will take to restore it. The story is new at 6.
A lot of us go past this building, but don't give it much thought. It's almost like time is frozen on Lexington's old courthouse.
Let's hit the courtroom and then on up to the dome. Does that work?
Jeff Fugate with the Downtown Lexington Authority is taking us on a tour of a building that hasn't seen any maintenance in more than 50 years. That being said, we decided to take the steps.
Throughout the building you'll see this, and it's one of the biggest threats we have to this building right now is that we've got water coming into it, and it's not an easy fix to keep it out.
The HVAC is shot, the electric work is outdated. Then there's mold and lead problems. Check out this courtroom. You could say it's out of order. It has seen better days.
It's a building that just really has a lot of deferred maintenance, and when you defer to maintenance on a building for a long time, it starts to fall down in slow motion, and that's what we're looking at today.
And that's what Fugate wants to prevent. The Downtown Lexington Authority will present a proposal to City Council to save a piece of Lexington's history at a cost of about $38 million.
And we're at a tipping point right now is that things are only going to get worse, the building's only going to get older, the building's only going to deteriorate further.
You're looking at the inside of the dome, the focal point of the building, and it's got a long way to go. But Fugate says crushing something that hasn't been fixed in a half a decade is not an option.
Tearing down our history doesn't say much about our future.
As for its future, the jury is still out. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
If the proposal is accepted, the project should take 2 years to complete.
Just ahead, how Kentucky will play a role in ending child hunger across the United States.
And we are still tracking showers all across central and eastern Kentucky, but they will come to an end tomorrow. I'll have the latest forecast in just a few minutes.